Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I've been saying for a long time that I expect XRP to substantially outperform Bitcoin over this market cycle. So long as Bitcoin's going to hit a new all-time high, my bet, you better believe it, is that XRP is also going to hit a new all-time high. And since there's way less money in it, it stands to reason that it's going to substantially outperform. I believe that if you look from the bottom of the cycle to the top of the cycle, once this is all said and done, it will be very clear that the better investment was XRP, not Bitcoin. And now one of the top analysts in all of crypto, in my humble opinion, says that XRP will, and I quote, severely outperform Bitcoin, end quote. That's his expectation as well. And I want to share with you some thoughts and a couple other things in this latest Moon Lambo hot jam. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this video, XRP is 62 cents. Bitcoin is $42,137. And there's a company cutting down a tree right outside, so I don't know if the microphone is picking this up, but I heard this ridiculously loud sound. It's very audible in here. I don't know, again, not sure if the mic's picking it up. And I was like, what in the ever-loving hell is this? And so I went outside, and they're cutting a goddamn tree down right at the time I decided to record, of course. You know, it's like I joke from time to time that the fastest way to find a gas-powered leaf blower is to start recording a YouTube video. Like, wouldn't you know it? And there it is, right there. Right? Press record. But anyway, market cap for the asset class, $1.66 trillion, and you got the crypto fear and greed index at 65 out of 100. So down a little bit compared to recent days, but people still feeling pretty gosh darn greedy. So here's a video that was shared on social media platform X by Credible Crypto. This is the analyst that I was referencing at the outset of the video. And this thing's almost a half hour long, and I checked this thing out. He published it this morning. And he gives perspective on Bitcoin, ETH, and HBAR and XRP. And HBAR and XRP I was particularly interested in because, well, number one, XRP is my largest individual crypto holding, and currently HBAR is my second largest individual crypto holding, though as things stand now, my XRP is worth way more in terms of United States dollars. Now, of course, if HBAR runs before XRP, which I think is fairly reasonable to expect, there's a really serious chance that even if I don't buy anything else, and never buy another crypto ever again, there's a very serious chance that my HBAR rather could be worth more than my XRP, at least for some period of time. So we'll see what happens. And I wouldn't mind that on a personal level. Like that's fine. Whatever happens. I'm not a maximalist. XRP is my favorite crypto, but hey, if something else that I hold becomes worth way more than that, I'm gonna be so bad, right? But I want to share with you some of what Credible Crypto had to say because he hasn't talked that much about XRP in particular lately. And there's good reason for that. It's not that he's not interested in it. At one point, XRP was his largest holding. I don't know if it still is, but he is very pro XRP, and it's still one of his larger holdings, undoubtedly. And so Credible Crypto noted that he expects XRP to just keep ranging against the United States dollar, but expects XRP to actually fall against Bitcoin. So once it falls a bit more, and he said, maybe it'll fall about 20% against Bitcoin. Not against the dollar, but 20% against Bitcoin. It just means XRP is kind of ranging, so it can keep moving sideways. Bitcoin price goes up, which means that XRP is falling against it. He says that is when he'll be interested in XRP again, and that's when he thinks it will likely substantially outperform Bitcoin. And he also does not expect XRP to make a big move while Bitcoin is consolidating, which it's been doing for a hot minute here right now. He does think that we're likely, at the lows more or less for Bitcoin right now, as it's clearly in consolidation mode from his perspective, right? And so once Bitcoin starts taking off again, he does believe that XRP moves sideways against the dollar more or less, so it'd be range bound, but also down against Bitcoin, and then that will likely mark the beginning of, as he put it, XRP severely outperforming Bitcoin. Okay, and again, why wouldn't that happen? If Bitcoin's going to take off, if XRP is going to follow, why wouldn't that be the most reasonable thing to suppose is going to occur? So I suspect that he's spot on in that. And so those are the biggest takeaways in my opinion. If you want all of the actual technical analysis, you should definitely check out his video. He is very thorough with his perspective and all of his work, and it's very interesting stuff. But I just wanted to share just some takeaways, some of the stuff that I thought was most interesting, specifically as it pertains to XRP anyway. But why wouldn't this happen? And I know it feels impossible until one day you wake up and then XRP is just running. That's how it always goes. I've seen this before. I see it as XRP moves sideways, even if the price isn't going down. I've seen this in previous cycles. You know, people get frustrated because the XRP is not going yet and the other stuff is. And then it just goes. And so everybody's whining, and then everybody shuts up their little bitch-ass mouths because then it does start going. That's exactly how it goes, and that's what's going to happen again. That's my bet anyway. Then there was also this. This is hilarious to me. You guys are going to love this. Have you guys heard the latest news from this afternoon having to do with the whole spot Bitcoin ETF situation? Oh, I love this so much. Here you have Eric Balkunas, senior ETF analyst for Bloomberg, and he shared the following update just this afternoon. BlackRock just dropped its updated S1, and it does name the APs. That would be authorized participants. You wonder who they are? Well, one of them is Jane Street, and the other one is... You want to guess? I mean, if you're looking at the screen, you already know. Do you want to guess if you're not looking at the screen? It's fun. It's a fun guess. It's JP Morgan, which he writes is kind of ironic. Looks like we have our first horse at the starting gate. So these would be the initial participants. And you guys remember what Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, has said in recent weeks, right? When he had his little public conversation at a hearing with Senator Elizabeth Warren. Remember the nonsense he was saying about, Bitcoin is, it's just it's used for a bunch of illicit purposes, this and that. Remember all that nonsense that he was spouting? This is so stupid. And I think Zero Hedge put it pretty well. This is the Zero Hedge account on social media platform X. 1.7 million followers. They wrote, so Jamie Dimon, who has called Bitcoin a hyped up fraud, worse than tulips, and those are quotes, etc., is going to be the authorized participant for the biggest Bitcoin ETF soon to be approved by Gary Gensler and run by the Fed's shadow money manager. Couldn't make this up. Yeah, that's pretty well spot on here. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Again, I've made my bet publicly known. I think that what's most likely is you're going to get a bunch of entities approved all at once. My first, if you go listen to videos from recent months and a few months back, my bet was that it would be BlackRock. My second place bet was that it would be a bunch of entities approved, firms all approved all at once. I changed that based on receiving new data and seeing how things are unfolding. It seemed pretty clear that the way the SEC is going about things and lining stuff up, and the fact that they're having so many meetings with all sorts of firms that have applications filed, it looks like they're probably just going to approve a bunch all at once. So based on receiving new data, I changed my bet. And now I think that you're going to have a bunch approved all at once. So then the question, of course, as always, we've all been talking about this a lot in recent days. What happens next? Well, it's been interesting to note, and I don't want to read the article, but Rakesh Upadhyay, who is an analyst who writes for Cointelegraph, he just noted that there's not a crazy amount of money flowing into Bitcoin right now. I'm just kind of summarizing this. And, might it be the case that people have bought the rumor and the next step is selling the news? And I still think the answer is yes. Happy to be wrong. I will not be the least bit upset if I'm wrong and this thing just, upon the news breaking, just runs the upside. I have a hard time believing that's going to be the case. Even if it runs up initially, that's fine. I still think there's going to be a sell the news event very shortly after that. And I just, why wouldn't that happen? Why wouldn't people be taking profit upon this occurring? So, again, if I'm wrong, that's fine. Because, I hold a lot of crypto, including Bitcoin, so happy to see it just continue to run to the upside. But even if this happens, man, we're going to have some really serious fireworks in 2024. This wouldn't be some sort of doomsday situation. I'm ready for this to happen. And so this is, anyway, the most recent filing with BlackRock. This thing's getting approved. We'll see what happens. It's hard to believe that the SEC would be putting on a show to this degree, having this many meetings, which they've never done in the past. And they're doing it for what? Because reasons, right? Come on. No, it's because they're going to approve the damn thing. I'd be shocked if they didn't at this point. So anyway, that's the latest update. Just want to share with you a few quick things here. Let me know what you guys are doing out there. I'm feeling excited for the future. Looking forward to seeing what 2024 brings us, because I have a feeling, as great as 2023 was, and it was, I think next year's going to be way, way, way better. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.